Have you ever wondered what would happen if you were born the child of a celebrity? Some show director tells Ruby-san and Aqua-san to get ready for broadcast. If you had the looks and connections from the start? This story is fiction, or better, this world is mostly fiction. We make up, exaggerate, and carefully hide parts that are inconvenient for you. For example, being a fan means wanting your idol to be a good liar. We are shown a very beautiful girl idol group. An ardent TV watching fan who says he'd like to worship her real-life cuteness. By the way, this girl's name is Ai. She is the ace of the idol of the group. Bikamachi. In the world of show business, lies are her main weapon. Ai. A suede leader with unprecedented beauty at 16 years old. It's like her time has come. The attention of the press has also increased on her. She is slowly but surely gaining popularity. It's been 4 years since their debut. And while her fan was watching her performance, a girl comes into the ward, calling him a doctor, asking him to watch it at home. His patient lay behind him, and the doctor watched her performance right in his room. The girl asked the doctor if this was strange, and why he was watching the performance of the idol in the patient's room. The doctor replies that looking at beautiful things is good for health. This is his professional opinion. The doctor asked her, isn't she trying to get people's attention to her faith? The name of the doctor himself is Goro, and his job is doctor of the gynecological department. The doctor says this because the Bikamachi he watches won't hold concerts in his countryside. This is part of his medical duty, asking not to pass it off as the point of view of the hospital where he works. The girl tells him that there was a popular topic on Twitter recently that the same AI is going on a break. Goro was upset by this news. The girl did not think that the doctor, it would hurt so much, saying that she is only 16 years old, and this is quite creepy for him. Goro says that he has his own reasons for this. Goro also says that the hospital is close to where he used to live and that being a doctor, he has to move frequently. But one of the patients he met then changed his life. We are shown a girl who is sitting on the couch and looking at something. She praises some Mei for being a good dancer, and other girls for their good singing. But if she had been given a choice, she would have chosen Ai. We are introduced to a girl from Serena, a patient of Goro. Serena says that she is not of any age, but her singing and dancing are much better developed. And she is also very cute. She would like to be reborn and have the same face as hers. Goro says she's talking bullshit about being reborn, but Serena says he's a bore. Serena asks if Goro has ever thought about if he was born a celebrity child, if he had good connections and looks from birth. The mountain says no. Then Serena asks him that he really doesn't have a dream. Then Goro says that Serena is very cute, and it makes no sense for her to be reborn. She can get out of here by becoming an idol and he will be her fan. Serena says she loves Goro and asks him to marry him. Goro replies that it will lead to his social death, so no. Serena calls him a moralist. To this, Goro apologizes to her, saying what he will think when she comes of age. Serena calls him evil, saying what she thinks is a very feasible plan. Unfortunately, we see a picture of Serena. She has died. Anaplastic astrocytoma, she was only 12. If she were alive, she would be 16, like A. Perhaps Goro continues to see her as the idol she admired and loved so much. He wants to protect the one who went down the path she wanted to take. The girl who entered the room stood behind him, saying that he was a disgusting pervert. Goro asks her if she listened to him at all, if she got into the whole story. It was quite a touching moment. The girl also says that his addiction looks pretty cheerful. Isn't he using Serena-chan to justify his lust? Goro tells her not to be a fool and swears that his feelings for Serena-chan are incredibly pure. The girl asks Goro if Ai would ask him to date, would he agree? Goro was silent. To get out of this unpleasant conversation, Goro notices that the lunch break is over, time to get back to work. Girl says something happened to Serena-chan's vow? The hero returns to the office to the man and the girl for an appointment. Goro greets them with thanks for waiting. The hero tells himself that he must focus on the task before him. The mountain asks Hoshino-san if this is her first visit to this hospital. That's the name of the girl. She says yes. Goro thinks in his head about AI and her health issues. It turns out that the girl is pregnant. Apparently, she is already in the 20th week, quite late for the first check. Hoshino-san is only 16 years old. Goro understood everything. She had no one to tell everything, so she came here. Goro asks the man if he is her parents. He says that on paper yes. Hoshino-san grew up in an orphanage, and this man is really just her guardian. For Goro, this is a very familiar situation, almost like AI. After that, Hoshino-san takes off his cap and the image of Goro's favorite idol was revealed in its full glory. It was that same AI. The man decided to ask Goro if this is a possible consequence of severe constipation. Goro says if it were, she would be dead already. AI says she didn't have any problems today. Goro stands up and says that he will do a look at Aya and for that he needs to prepare by asking them to wait. Goro exits the office and doesn't believe it's real, peeking out from behind the door and looking back at her. Maybe it's her doppelganger? No, Goro would not have been able to make such a mistake. The doctor falls to the floor realizing that his beloved idol is pregnant. He almost vomits from shock. Adoptive father AI asks to be honest, how did this happen? And why didn't she consult him? Who is the father of these children? Goro eavesdropped on their conversation asking the same question. But with a giggle, AI said it was a secret. The secret is so secret, Goro had no choice. AI and the doctor went to the ultrasound examination room. Based on ultrasound results, Goro said that AI is 20 weeks old and will have twins. AI and her adoptive father went into shock. The foster father tells AI, is she ready to go through all this? If the world finds out that she got pregnant at 16, that would be the end of her idol career and their office. Then AI asks the doctor what he thinks about this. Standing near the vending machine, Goro says that it's entirely AI's choice and let her think it over before choosing. As Dr. Goro said all he could. Goro sees the guys watching TV in the hallway. It said that Comic Pont and Idol Miyu are announcing their marriage and pregnancy. Then they got upset, saying that they liked her. One of them starts saying that if he dies now, can he be reborn as their child? Then his friend informs him of his terrible way of thinking. The doctor goes to the roof of the hospital wondering if he can support an idol who is pregnant by another man. But even if she has a beloved man, he will only support her. Taking out the phone, looking at the photo of Serena. Can she continue to be at the top? Asking the late Serena if she thinks all fans are too selfish? But at that moment, AI comes to the roof to Goro. She approached him from behind and deeply breathed the night air into her lungs. Goro says that the night wind is bad for AI's health. To this she replies that she is well dressed. AI said that she decided to come here on the recommendation of his boss, and here it turned out to be so beautiful. Even during the day she can clearly see the stars. Tokyo is not like that at all. Goro asks AI that she came this way from Tokyo because she is afraid that the public will find out. AI asks the doctor what did she say about her work. Then Goro replied that one patient came to him, who was her admirer. AI says that she thought everything would be fine and the doctors would be grandpas. It looks like she can't hide her aura. Goro realizes that her confidence makes her cuter. Goro asks AI if she's going to stop being an idol. AI says no. The ones in her stomach right now. Are they twins? She didn't have a family, so she always wanted one. So when they appear, they will become a very cheerful family. AI will give life to her children and continue to be an idol. Goro has been looking at AI the whole time. So it won't be public. Goro realizes that the idols are perfect, a creation of shining magic called a lie. She says that lying is a special form of love. A high-class idol can hide a child or two, telling lies after lies. No matter how cruel life can get, they sound like the happiest people in the world on stage. But still, AI wants her happiness to become real. No one thinks about it, but idols have emotions and life. Being a happy mom or being an idol can usually only be one, but AI wants both. Goro realized that this idol was much more courageous than he expected. Hoshino Ai is very greedy, strong and shines brighter than any star on the planet. Goro then informs AI that he has made a decision. His thoughts as a doctor and an admirer came together. He will see to it that she gives birth to 2 healthy children. If this is her dream, then the doctor will not back down, because she is a reliable idol and, as a Goro fan, her hopeless slave. Week 21 arrives and Goro tells Ai that the first thing to do is come up with an alias in the hospital if we want to get the idol back after that. It's now 25 weeks and Ai says she's fine and completely healthy. Time flies and Goro thinks that maybe the reason he became a doctor was for this very moment. At week 28, it turns out that there is a high probability that you will have to do a cesarean section. If the baby's skull is too big, then it is possible that it will not fit through Ai's figure, showing that she is 151 centimeters tall, and that through can reach 8 centimeters. The adoptive father talks about some kind of scar on Ai's stomach, but she says that will withstand natural childbirth. Ai says she's sure there'll be cuties with small faces. As week 35 arrives, Goro makes sure that they are born with the utmost safety, telling himself that he will be the guardian of her family. Goro has, frankly, mixed feelings about this situation. Lies are a form of love. Now this phrase even sounds nice. It shows how amazing the stars are. But he hides this fact because of all his strength. 40 weeks, expected date of birth. Ai thanks the doctor saying that if she calls him, please come to her. The doctor replies that he will come, his house is not far away, everything will be all right. He understands that when this is all over, he will lose touch with Ai and he will return to his normal life as an idol and a fan. The doctor tells Ai that even if he can't, there is still another doctor here who can check on her. But Ai says he only wants him to check on her. Goro supports her happiness from the bottom of his heart. Goro is standing on the street. A stranger approaches him, asking him if he is the doctor responsible for Hoshino Ai. The doctor says that they use a pseudonym while he takes care of her. Even if he saw her outside the hospital, how did he know her real name was not revealed in any way? The doctor asks him if he is somehow related to her, and can he find out his name? But the guy starts to run away, and Goro starts to run after him. Was it a stalker? Childbirth is close, but not now. He lost it. Goro decided to turn on the flashlight on his phone to be more visible in this pitch darkness. But even with a flashlight it was not clear where he had gone. At that moment, this man was standing behind him next to the cliff. A stranger threw the doctor off a cliff. Goro woke up realizing that he was caught, asking himself questions. Where is his phone? Has the birth already begun? Where is his phone? It's so dark. Goro does not see anything, that his body does not move worse. He needs to hurry. He promised her. He will help her give birth successfully. He needs to get up to help her. Have you definitely not thought about what would happen if you were born a celebrity child? If you had good connections and good looks from the very beginning? Goro remembers Serena's words. Goro never thought about it. But why would he? Goro wondered if he died now, wouldn't he have a chance to be reborn as her child? If he could be reborn, he would never have thought that it would be him. Ai gave birth, and Goro reincarnated as her son. We are shown a girl very similar to Ai. She also has a star in one eye. This is her first interview, and she is being asked what she thinks about her first experience as an artist. She replies that she perceives this work as a test for an idol. The reporter tells her that she looks very confident. She says that she has no doubt that everything will be fine, because she works with the person whom she can trust all her life, taking someone by the jacket, looking up and calling him brother. Next, we move to what we see photo of Goro. He died. In conclusion, we can say that he died while working as an obstetrician. To be honest, going back to Goro's death, it's pretty blurry. Maybe he's still alive, but it's clear that it's impossible given the circumstances. Goro always thought someone like him would go straight to hell, but when Goro woke up he was like in paradise. Goro was reborn as Aya's son, and now Goro is her current son. Ai asks him who is a good boy, calling him Aquamarine. Pretty ridiculous name. Goro now lives as the son of the idol Hoshino Ai. It took him a while to finally accept this reality, looking at his little self in the mirror with a pacifier in his mouth. He thinks it's a rebirth, but for some reason Aqua remembers his past memories. He wonders why he kept them. Aqua remembers that he is still a doctor, and he is going to unravel the principle before him. But now he wants to enjoy the life of a child to the fullest, sitting in Aya's arms. The life of a child, where his favorite idol adores him. For a tired adult like Goro, this really hits the senses, making the sounds of a baby. At that moment, a girl starts screaming from another bed. Ai puts Aqua on the sofa, taking this girl in her arms, saying that she is already here. Yes, for sure, there is another person in the Aqua family, Hoshino Ruby. This is the twin sister of Hoshino Aquamarine. Ruby's name is even stranger than Aqua's. Aqua wants to change her name, even if it's too late. Ai looks at Ruby, who started crying, and calls her Aqua, at which point Ai's adoptive father appears, saying that it's Ruby. Ai says he can't help it because he's bad at remembering names, telling Aqua and Ruby that it's terrible that Japanese men like to stereotype their mom. Then her foster father tells her to stop preaching as a foreigner when she doesn't even have a passport and can't leave the country. Ai says that she can remember the names of people who have talent, calling him President Sato, but he says it was close because his name is Saito, calling her a lousy idol. Aqua says she knows him from a past life. He was the president of Aya's company. He's from Strawberry Productions and his name is Saito Ichigo, and his wife Saito Miyako-san. Saito says that the return of Aya's idol should be planned anyway, telling them to discuss it. Saito says that Aya's first performance will be at the evening singing show. It will be live. Will Aya handle it? She replies that of course she can. Ai says that Sato's wife is so young. Telling him did he know the rest of the members also hated his nepotism towards young girls? He replies that he did not know about it, but he will be attentive. Saito told Aya that while she was at work, his wife would take care of Aqua and Ruby. Then Aya asks Saito if she can take the kids to work. He replied that of course he couldn't. Saito tells her to get it into her head that she is an idol who has 2 kids at 16. If she lets the world know about it, her idol career is over. Saito will also be held accountable because he is the director of the company where Ai works, and they will go to hell. Aya can't go to shops, have any documents. Looking at Aqua, she tells him that it's all so unpleasant calling him again by mistake as Ruby. If there is an emergency, Saito and Miyako-san will take care of everything. Aya will be a terrible mother under such and such conditions, but she has a lot of support from the company, so it will probably be okay. Saito says that they don't have much time and they have to hurry to rehearsal. At that moment, Ai's t-shirt and bra fell off, and Aqua, slightly shocked, Aqua starts to pull the t-shirt back. Ai says she almost showed her breasts to the president. Then Saito tells her to be careful. Aqua understands that there is no chance that everything will be fine. Ai is too dangerous. Ai says thank you to Aqua again by mistakenly calling him Ruby. Some time passes and we see Miyaka saying that she has never babysat, and why does she even do that? Aqua is lying on the floor watching Aya's performance on TV. Aqua watches Ai's interview before the performance. The reporter says she finally came back asking how her condition is and is she eating well? Ai says she ate well, thank God she's fine. And at this moment, Ai starts talking about how recently her baby. Then Aqua started to get too stressed, and Ai, in order to get out of the situation, said what she had about her cat. She began to take care of him during a break. And the reporter, having taken an interview, says that her group's performance will now begin. We are shown the stage on which Ai's team is standing, and she herself. The cameraman says they turn on the cameras in 30 seconds, wishing them good luck and hoping to see a great performance. Then the girl behind the operator tells him if he even knows about the group he is filming? He replies that no, she is not even interested in him. Then people in the studios say that their songs are nothing and thinking how well these bands sell. The only good thing about them is their leader, Ai. A lot of people are talking about them, saying that their group hasn't made any progress in the last 6 months. Also saying that there is a girl with big breasts, she should be a model. Also saying that they are probably not very famous. Also they said they never heard of Strawberry Productions. We see Saito watching the process. In the world of show business there is a calculated lie behind every smile. No one can afford to open up during a live broadcast, even for maximum efficiency. Even the staff spits out lies. The same goes for the big shots. They only pretend to create things that are useful for society, but in reality they only care about money and numbers. Saito says, "So let's go." AI right up there, our magnificent liar. Aqua thinks this president is pretty crazy too. If it goes public, they'll lose everything. But he understands that they cannot give up. When such a strong light shines in front of people, they can only burn. They are sucked in like moths that swarm around the fire. We see the guy who threw Goro off the cliff watching Aya's performance, saying that even if their wings burn and fall off, they won't stop. And he's no exception, he's happy to be around Aya. This guy says that AI is a liar. You can only think that she has a child. Why? She cheated on him. Aqua is practically grateful to the guy who killed Goro. If this reincarnation is caused by a big obsession, then it makes sense, looking at the sleeping Ruby. In truth, he wanted her to give birth to ordinary healthy children. But he will not be able to bypass the phenomenon and think about it, he will just enjoy it. At this moment, we see a newly awakened Ruby. She starts crying and tells Aqua that N's step has already started and why didn't he wake her up. She gets up and sits next to Aqua saying how beautiful Aya is. And everyone who watches it should pay millions. Ruby admires AI, saying that her expression when she turns around is devilish. Maybe she's a demon? She also says that she just had her diaper changed, but now she's going to poop again. Cute face, good style, great voice. Their mom is too talented. Ruby wants to watch the tape again. Ruby says that the live broadcast is interesting, only when you watch it in real time. Why didn't Aqua wake her up? She also said that her body is tired all the time and therefore Aqua should help her. Aqua tells Ruby that he called her several times, but she didn't hear. The idiot you see is Aqua's sister in her new life. Hoshino Ruby, she was also reborn. Goro really thinks that he wanted AI to give birth to healthy normal children, not suspicious twins like them. And Ruby turned out to be an even more obsessed fan. We are shown drinking Miyaka. She says that of course it's hard to be their manager. When she thought about it, she thought it was strange from the very beginning. Geeks. Well, she thinks not, although it's like God himself leads them to success. Love, need a test at the right time. We see a grown-up Ruby calling Miyaka to come help. And they both call her, so she has to go, telling one employee that they'll see each other again. Flashing back to the past where Aqua and Ruby are still small, we see a small Aqua in Aya's arms, who asks if he's hungry? In the arms of her beloved idol, Aqua lives her childhood life as if in paradise. AI says if she wants her to breastfeed him. Aqua blushed and started to kick and refuse breasts, so AI gave him a bottle of milk and he liked it better. He can't force himself to breastfeed, that crosses all the lines for an adult. Then Ruby starts to cry, standing up leaning on the side of the bed. Whereas Ruby likes it better when she is breastfed. She then looks at Aqua with a smirk that she can breastfeed without reproach. AI tells her kids that their mommy is now on sale after releasing 7 singles in the group. Pretty cool, isn't it? Their mom has a secret. We are reminded that she is an acting idol and has 2 children at 16. And if this is found out, there will be big problems, so she lives with 2 different lives, as a mother and as an idol. But her children also have their own secrets. They were reborn, fully remembering their lives in the past. If they want, they can talk and walk. Of course, if they get caught, they end up like guinea pigs. Therefore, they will pretend to be ordinary children. This also applies to Aqua's twin sister. He quickly realized who she was, while Aqua began to accept the new reality. Late one night, when AI was already asleep, he saw Ruby, still awake, watching people's comments about AI. She called her haters monkeys who just don't understand Aya's talent and beauty. And I answer one of them. She says that he at least tried to look at the quality of her performance, and the fool understands that she is the favorite of the company. She searched for AI from Bikamachi, and went to war with the haters. And at that moment, Aqua approached Ruby, telling her that it was possible that she was the same as him? Then Ruby was surprised that he was talking, saying it's creepy. Well, they're twins after all. Aqua thought about that possibility. Then he says she should hold back a little. Then Ruby says, why? She's her daughter, it's okay to breastfeed her. Moreover, she has the right to do so. Then Aqua asks Ruby if she was a girl in her past life. She replied that she was. Well, then it's more normal. Ruby then tells Aqua that his first jealousy is too disgusting. In any case, it would be disgusting if this old enough guy was breastfeeding. Ruby says thank God she was born a girl and she has every right to eat from her breasts. Aqua says it's also morally vile. Ruby says, as you might think, her mom's son is an obsessive fan, how disgusting. She is so sorry for her, she will protect her all her life. Then Aqua says that it is definitely worse than him. Aqua thinks that Ruby was in the past an old granny obsessed fan, though he didn't actually know any of Ai's fans. No. Aqua knew one. He sees Serena-chan next to the TV. He realizes that Serena was reborn as Ruby. Ruby tells Aqua that she needs to change her diaper, so let him go. Aqua says he will leave now. Ruby starts crying, calling Miyaka to her. Miyaka approaches Rube with a bag of diapers, wondering why she has to do all this. Technically, isn't she the Madam President here? Miyaka married Saito because he said she could work with hot guys and he ends up making her work with the kids of a 16-year-old idol? Ai is a single mother who doesn't even say who the father of her children is. Isn't that too suspicious? Miyako didn't marry Saito to be a babysitter. Ruby tells Aqua that helping their mom should be the best job in the world. Perhaps Miyaka is not all right in the head. Aqua says that actually what she said makes sense. Miyaka thinks, isn't this the perfect scandal? That's it, she can sell this information on the internet and get rich. Ruby starts yelling at Aqua, what should they do? Do they have to kill her? Aqua says they can't, the difference in their physical abilities is too great. Ruby says she said it was a joke, asking Aqua what did he seriously think about it. Miyaka already realized that she didn't care anymore, she would just do it. Aqua understands that if they leave her unattended, she will definitely be a danger. But how to rotate the arrows in their direction? Miyaka picks up her phone and starts taking pictures of Aya's diary. Aqua tells Ruby that he has an idea. Miyaka has already photographed all of Aya's diary entries and says she will sell it and spend all the money on the club owner to buy her drinks. Then someone behind Miyaka says what a pathetic girl she is, that no amount of champagne can quench the thirst in her heart. Miyaka turns around to see Aqua and Ruby sitting on the table. Aqua says that he is the messenger of the god, and that Miyaka's atrocity he can no longer ignore. Miyaka can't believe the baby just spoke. Aqua says she thinks it's okay for a baby to talk? She must believe. Miyaka says it's impossible. Even if he says that he is a god, she does not believe in such things. She turns around, says that she realized that this is some kind of TV show, right? Surprise for manager Aya as always? Asking where is the camera? Miyaka wants to touch Ruby, saying that it's dangerous to stand on the table like that. Then Ruby throws Miyaka's hand away from her. Ruby tells her to be quiet, saying that she is the incarnation of Amaterasu, she is the one who is called a god. Miyaka sits on the floor looking at her in shock. Ruby says that Miyaka has been blinded by the lust for easy money and is now on the border crossing the line of God's will. Hoshino Ai was chosen as the next goddess of glory, therefore, her children also carry a heavy burden, she must protect and cherish these children, it is God's will. Miyaka's current actions are directed against the god. In this case, she must know God's punishment. Frightened, Miyaka asks Ruby what she means by God's punishment, what exactly will happen to her. Aqua interrupts this by saying that she will die. Ruby confirms this. Miyaka asks them what should she do now. Ruby reassures her that she must keep Aya and her children's secrets so that she will love them and listen to whatever they say. In such a case, marrying a hot guy might be possible. Miyaka says she will do anything. She will listen to everything and even clean their shoes. She gets up and grabs a dustbin, and completely filled with joy, says that handsome men rule. Ruby looks at Aqua and says, was that enough? Aqua replies that it was quite difficult for him to handle all this on his own, but they needed at least some kind of adult ally. Ruby was happy about this, and said that now they can walk. Aqua also told Ruby that she did a great job anyway, asking her if she was an actress in a past life. Ruby said it was her first experience. First experience? Aqua asked her if they weren't in any school plays. Ruby said that she grew up in a very unusual environment in her past life. Aqua told Ruby that if she had talent, she should become an actress in her future. Ruby said she hadn't thought about it yet. We see Aya sleeping on the bed and Ruby also sleeping on the floor with a pillow and a blanket. Aqua put Ruby to bed by covering her with a blanket. Aqua realized that he now has a younger sister who is rather strange and obsessed with idols, but Aqua has flashbacks from a past life where Serena-chan admires Aya, saying how great she dances and what incredible charisma she has. Serena said that she loved Aya more than anyone in the world, but she also loved Goro. Aqua stands in front of the sleeping Ruby, saying that the way she talks about Aya is very similar to Serena-chan. Then Ruby wakes up and asks Aqua if he called her? Aqua asks her forgiveness for waking her up. Aqua said that he didn't call Ruby, and if she was going to sleep, then let her sleep in her bed. Ruby, rubbing her eyes, goes to another room also thinking that of course Aqua didn't call her, it's impossible. Because in a past life her name was Serena. Next, we see a guy we don't know who is asked about his favorite idol. He replies that there are a couple. To tell the truth, you can't go past Aya from Bikamachi. AI has always been popular among otaku. The guy says what he still thinks, that it was the video that we don't know that proved who she really is, that video with two twins, what nostalgia. They are already high school students, I wonder what they do. We are going back to our own time. It's been a couple of months since AI returned to the team. And Bikamachi's popularity growth still hasn't come. Aya's salary barely reaches 200,000 yen. The world of show business is not so simple. AI lies on the couch and tells Miyake how low their salary is. Although they took third place in Oricon with their single, isn't the company taking a lot for themselves? Miyake tells AI that they are not a big company that can afford everything from production to advertising. Why does this bother Aya so much? AI says that she realized that the whole world is obsessed with money. Miyake says it's not the best thing to realize. Being an idol is cool, if it was only about her, it would be great. AI picks up Ruby, saying that she wants her children to go to a good school, extracurricular activities and clubs and give them as many opportunities as possible, but for this she needs to sell more and earn a lot more. If her affairs continue like this, she will not be able to make them happy. Now the company has no commercial concerts and film studios are also silent. Miyake asks AI if she knows what budgeting is, telling her to start by eating not the most expensive ice cream. AI says she'll probably go to class, leaving the little ones with Miyake, telling them to be good. Ruby asks Aqua if idols make at least $1 million a month? Aqua says of course not. He begins to explain to Ruby that the payout is shared equally among the band's performers. A lot also depends on the sale of merchandise during the concerts, and the cost of the costumes is deducted from their fee. Only a few idols earn more than 1 million yen a month. Ruby says it's not fair, the world must be rotten if the hardest working don't get the most. Ruby says she has an idea. She explains to Aqua that they invite all the fans to donate their kidneys so they can sell them. How do you say that she has damned rotten ideas? Let her stop trying to start a new cult for profit. AI can sing and dance. She is very sweet. She has singing classes day and night, she tries so hard. Bikamachi is an unpopular group or something like that. Ruby and Aqua start yelling at Miyake, asking her why isn't AI getting more job offers. Calling Miyake a bad manager is also telling them to hire someone else. Miyake tells them that an idol group is just a bunch of people fighting for a job offer. They sell as a group, that's how it's always been. But competing as a group against an individual is a bit difficult, you know? Miyake reveals that there are idols who wanted to go solo, but they couldn't get jobs and had to work part-time at expensive restaurants in Roppongi. Speaking of some girls who got jobs as waitresses in Minato, they must have suffered the same fate. Ruby says she didn't know about it, and Aqua says that Tokyo is a scary place. She says that she knows that AI is wonderful, but only in the idol category. In the world of show business, you just need something to make you stand out. AI should get job offers not because she's some Bikamachi, but because people want AI in person. Na can't just be a good idol. We see Aya and her group members. One of them says she looks upset. And the other says that, on the contrary, she should relax, because she has just recovered. AI says that's not the point, she just skipped lunch today and now she's really hungry. Stepping away from her group members, she says that she doesn't feel well, wondering what people would say about her. AI is looking at the comments and saw how one user wrote that AI is smiling very fake, saying that this is another smile and he just can't look at it. Rough. We fast forward to Aya's performance where they say they will have 3 members on stage. Ruby is very happy about this, saying that this is a promotion called Mini Live. Their concert tickets are lottery tickets. This is the first time she will see her mom live on stage. Miyaka says that she brought them here because they begged her to do so, and it will be her fault if she gets caught. So she puts nipples in their mouths and tells them not to push, run, or talk. Let them suck on the pacifier and not stick out. Aqua pulls the pacifier out of her mouth and tells Ruby that they are pretending to be the staff's children, not Aya's, so Ruby shouldn't do anything that might hint at their connection to Aya in any way. Ruby says that she understands everything and let him not teach her. Ruby tells Aqua that he saw how gloomy their mom was. She's here to worry about her, not to have fun. Aya's performance begins. Fans stand with neon sticks, and Aya enters the stage. She remembers that horrible comment about her fake smile, and says that even if he tells her so, she still has to stay pro. It doesn't make any sense. Isn't he ideal for them? AI looks at the mirror, experiments, the difference is measured in millimeters. How wide her eyes should be, the angle of her smile, is still pre-calculated. She always smiled in a way that everyone liked. How is she made of lies? At one point, she notices a stroller with Aqua and Ruby waving neon sticks while enjoying the performance. The people standing next to them are shocked, looking at them, saying that they are doing otaku dances, also saying how good they are. Miyako asks them, what about worrying about her? They say that they are only here for fun? They did it out of instinct. The members of Aya's group saw it, as did she herself, saying how cool it was. Aya was all settled at the sight of this, saying how her kids are adorable. After the performance, you see news about it and a photo of Aqua and Ruby brandishing wands. 210,000 retweets. It has over 2 million views. Miyaka always knew baby content was viral, but this. Saito calls AI to talk, but she looks at the comments, which are all very cheerful and positive. Among them she saw the comments of the same person who criticized her fake smile, but he already said the opposite about it. Then she realized that he liked it. 150 We see a man with long hair. He's in for an interview. His name is Gaenda Taisher. The reporter congratulates on another nomination for the Director's Award. He replies that this is not something to be congratulated for. He is ridiculed on the internet. People say he's stuck with 7 nominations in a row, telling them to give him this bullshit. He is asked what quality they can expect from him in upcoming films. He says the film is a remake of a script that was filmed 15 years ago. This is a piece of a universal work that is equally relevant to the current realities, which was made with the help of our wonderful screenwriter. He is also asked if it is true that he directed and looked after the main cast of their very childhood. He replies that he knew them when they wore diapers, they look like his grandchildren. The reporter asks him if there is anything else he wants to say. Then he says that he dedicates this AI. This film was called 15 Years of Lies. A year has passed since then. Now Aqua and Ruby can talk and walk without being suspicious. Ruby has become a completely miserable and spoiled groupie who calls their idol like mom. Ruby asks Aya to pet her. AI does it and Ruby says it is pure amitba bliss. Ruby is still a child inside. AI asks how did she learn such a complicated term. AI over time slowly but surely increases the number of works. She managed to be both a model and a radio host. And today's work is a collection of all her previous works. We see the car AI is driving in, it's her first time acting in a drama. However, she is not an insignificant role for this drama. We see Aya, Miyaka and Aqua with Ruby in the car. Miyaka says that she took them back because they begged her to do so, but they can't even think about calling Aya mom on set. Miyaka told them to pretend they were her children. Then Ai and her children began to play jokes on her, telling her to give them money or pat them on the head. Ai came to the set and started introducing herself to the staff and the director. The director approached Ai and started to examine her. Ai asks him what is something wrong for him since he is considering her. He replies that no, not really. Aqua and Ruby discuss the director saying he has a scary face. He asks Miyako whose children are these? Then she says that they are her children. Did the manager bring his kids to work? Miyaka and the kids tensed up. The director says what kind of progressive era they live in, but some dog workers bring in so nothing. The crew saw the twins and began to admire them, because they remembered the news from Aya's concert, how they waved neon sticks. They began to stroke and squeeze them. Aqua climbed out into the hallway and realizes that he won't be able to hold out for that long. The director approaches him, remembering him as Miyaka's child. He says that he doesn't mind that he is here, but if he starts crying, he will fly out of here. Then Aqua says that he understands that even though they are babies, they will not allow such carelessness. Therefore, O asks to think about collaborating with Aya in the future. The director realizes that Aqua can speak very confidently. The director asks Aqua how he learned to talk like that. Aqua got out by saying that he learned from YouTube. He takes Aqua in his arms and says that he has seen many talented actors, but Aqua is definitely the best. He asks Aqua if he is good at acting. Aqua replied that he hadn't tried it so he couldn't tell. He said Aqua would make a great actor. The director wants him to try. Aqua receives a business card from him. He told him to call when he wants to apply to him. Aqua refuses, saying to better offer a job for Aya. The director looks at Aya and says that in terms of her appearance, she is clearly in the lead. If she's lucky, she'll stay afloat. Aqua asks the director if they are counting on luck even despite her appearance. Then the director begins to tell that there are 3 types of actresses. TV ratings, these are cover girls, bring views and lure the audience to her main work. They also receive money from advertising, so they have a high salary. The next type is talents. Supporting actress awards. They determine the quality of the show. Their job is to support the brand by performing under their label. And the last type, beginners. Nobody expects much from their skill. They are only needed to bring freshness to the scene. They are also potential stars. They are investments, in other words. In other words, all newcomers are people in the process of investing. Will they generate income? Will people like them? If one of them fails, the next newcomer will come to replace him. If at least one of all the newcomers remains today, it will be a huge success. This is the world we live in. Only a true genius can survive. Aqua says that then everything will work out. If we are talking about idols, then Ai is undoubtedly a genius. The director tells Aqua what's the point of being a genius idol if you're an actress? At this point, he says that take 74 is starting and everyone should get ready. At that moment, Aya was filming a scene. She was talking to some girl. The director noticed Aya's beauty. Her eyes were shining. The director then tells Aqua that her skills are average, but she is attracted to him. Aqua tells the director that Ai recently said that on stage she should look her best from every angle, but here the camera only points in one direction. It's the same as filming. Therefore, Ai will shine the brightest. A month later, Ai and her children are waiting on TV for the scene where Ai was filmed. They are excited that the show is about to begin. Ai said they did a lot of takes. Ruby says she's really excited and can't wait to watch her mom's game on TV. This moment has come. Ai walks into the other actor's office. Ruby yells for the operators to zoom in on Ai. But the scene ends, and they don't show Ai properly. Outraged, Aqua and Ruby start complaining that Ai didn't show enough. Ai tells Ruby, who just walked up to her, if she played badly, but Ruby says that it's not like that at all. At this point, Aqua starts calling this director to complain. The director answers him, remembering who he is. And he immediately starts to hear a scream into the phone. Why did he use AI so little in the scenes? He tells him that it sucks because it was too cool done. The company sells the main actresses as incredibly cute actresses. Therefore, what will happen if an actress even cuter than the main actress appears in the frame? It will ruin the image of the main actress, right? AI was just too cute to show. The boss said no to the director, and they had to cut most of her scenes during editing. During the show, the popularity of the company is determined, circumstances are to blame for everything. The director explains to Aqua that dreaming about show business is cool and all, but show business is not for dreamers. The main thing in this business is not skill, but the ability to conduct business. In any case, he understands his dissatisfaction, and he is very sorry, so he has an offer for Aqua. He wants to offer Ai a job, it will be a concert. But there is one exception, he wants Aqua to perform as well. But we move back to the future and see an interview with one actress. Her name is Arima Kana. The reporter says she has a reputation for being a gifted actress. Arima denies this, saying that she is not a genius at all. It seems to her that she only ended up here because she was able to realize her talent from an early age. She raises her tone, saying that it doesn't mean that she will try to live up to anyone's expectations. Even an unsurpassed genius will die if he is stabbed. There are many ways to start a quarrel. Arima calms down abruptly, telling the cameraman to cut it out later. She went overboard with the metaphor. She says she's always had a sharp tongue, she didn't on purpose. Sometimes, she says, she simply asks in the heat of the moment to cut that out too. We are moving back to our time. We see the director calling Aqua, saying that casting decisions are almost always made by the bosses. The more money invested in making a film, the more responsible they need to be. Their goal is to get actors who will bring in a large audience. To do this, they have fights among themselves. 180 very few high-profile directors have the opportunity to select their own cast or those directors who work on low-budget and short films. Asking Aqua what does he look like? Aqua thought for a moment, and said that he looked like a big bump. Then the director said no, they were making a low-budget film. Miyaka thanks the director for looking after Aqua that day while holding Ruby in her arms. The director walks up to Aqua and says that he will be in trouble if he takes on a young actor who is not part of the company, so Aqua interrupts him, saying that if he is looking for someone to act, it would be better to offer the role to his sleeping sister than to Aqua himself. But the director says he wants it. The director says that he is using AI in exchange for having Aqua as part of his film, which is called bartering in the industry. He asks Aqua to remember this basic term. Aqua is not far from the director, and Miyaka realizes that the director used Aya's son to make a barter. Then she told Aqua that this director definitely liked him. Asking him what did he do to make it happen, Aqua simply replied that he didn't do anything like that. Aqua says that for some reason, old people like it when young people treat them casually and lightly towards them. So he just tries not to be noisy. And since in a past life, Aqua worked with the elderly in the hospital, he knows how to behave with them. What a strange skill turned out to be useful. Ruby at this point starts crying and screaming for her mom, wondering why she didn't go with them. Aqua tells Ruby that Aya is filming another day, but Ruby keeps crying and saying she wants to go home to cuddle with Aya and sleep in her arms. At this moment, a girl in a dress and a hat on her head comes up behind Aqua and Ruby. She starts telling them that this is the occupation of professionals if they did not know. And if they're just here to have fun, then let them go home. The girl introduces herself by saying that her name is Arima Kana and that she is Aqua's current partner on the set. Ruby stood sleepy behind Aqua, saying that she recognized Arima by calling her genius kids that make a toad croak. Arima starts yelling and correcting her, saying that she is a genius child that will make anyone cry. Arima reveals that everyone says she's great in teary scenes. Ruby tells Aqua that she didn't like something. She's so fake it's repulsive. Aqua says that from time to time there are people like her who are abnormally strict with child actresses. Arima begins to talk about them, that she knows perfectly well that they got here through connections. Holding the script in her hands, she says that in the original script, either he nor the idol has prepared lines. Her mother said that the director insisted that, and this is forbidden. Upon opening the script, she said that she had seen her drama, which was directed by the director, and says that she had almost no screen time. She says she's betting that her acting was so bad it had to be cut. And she's only good at sucking up to people. Arima unfolds the already loaded girl and starts asking her to hold her purse. The girl of course takes it, and at that moment Aqua and Ruby just look at her in rage. Aqua says she knows she's just a brat. He won't kill her. And Ruby is ready to just kill her. We move to the set. We see Ruby and Arima standing in front of a girl with a suitcase. Speaking of the movie's plot, this story is about a girl who didn't like her appearance, based on the fact that she had plastic surgery in a suspicious hospital deep in the mountains. He and Arima are terrible children who met her at the entrance to the village. Arima greets the girl in a scary atmosphere, saying that they are here to greet her, telling her to have a good time. As expected from a gifted child actress, her acting is really good. Even if Aqua were to play the same role, the difference is too great to be noticed even by such an amateur, as he understands it. Then what should he do? If he did it the way he usually does, he would probably look like a creepy kid. This is not what the director wants. It seems to be a guess what the director wants scene. Aqua begins to act out her role by telling this girl that there is only one visitor house in this village, so it's best to check in before wandering around the village. The lines in the script are something the director added at the last minute. He corrected them after meeting the shark, expecting him to be able to play better. If he doesn't understand his intentions, then he better not act at all. Aqua has to be true to his director's point of view. He didn't say it word for word, but the director really wanted to say. He doesn't need to act, he's creepy enough. Taken, the director said. Ruby realizes that it was her normal brother, nothing special. Then the girl he met in the scene comes up to him. She told Aqua that he played amazingly, that she already got goosebumps. Aqua told her that it was very good. Arima realizes that this is not good. She approaches the director and asks him to reshoot the scene. He replies that everything went well. But Arima starts screaming that just the same, no. The way she acted now was much worse than Aqua's. She starts begging the director to reshoot it. But the director refused her. Aqua and the director are sitting on a bench and he says to Aqua, does he know what's most important when it comes to performing? Aqua says options, intuition skills, motivation, or perseverance. The director says that this is all important, but the most important thing is communication skills. If other actors or staff hate you, you will never get a job again. Children who become vain and pretend to be powerful figures have no future. Aqua then asks the director if he tried to give her a wake-up call. The director says that he did not think of anything so noble, but you can also educate someone this way. The director told Aqua that his acting was absolutely perfect, just the way he imagined it to be. Aqua tells the director that her acting was better than his, he was just acting normal. He replied that he never told him to do it. His ability to read the director's mind is also a communication skill. Of course, understanding staging and acting is the basic fundamentals for an actor, but it is very important to have an actor who can understand what is impossible to put into words from a director's point of view. These are the actors for whom you can fight to the death. In a producer's creation, there is always a perfect representation of the performance. Aqua can become an actor who has the ability to make perfect performances, the director said. But Aqua did not plan to become an actor, but that's how he entered this world. We see Arima's car Kano, who reads something about Aqua, realizing that this is a very appropriate name to play on stage. Arima remembered it, telling herself that she wouldn't lose next time. Their meeting today will be of great importance in a few years. And we once again go to the future for an interview with the teacher of Aqua and Ruby in childhood. She said that she remembers these twins very well. She took care of them for only a year, although she thinks they can be called gifted. The guy could already read complex books, and the girl had the intelligence of a high school student. She believes that it was not only 6 years old, that they had a lot of things going on at home, and they also changed schools after the announcement of the parent meeting. She would like to see them at least once more. And again we move to our time. The twins are still babies. It's been 3 years since Goro was reborn as Aya's child, and the film, which was made with the director, was rated very well. He was nominated for some kind of director's award or something like that. Remembering these shootings, Old 2 even played very cool. But remembering what happened at the end, Ai took all the attention to himself. Aqua isn't entirely sure if that was the main reason, but Aya's job offer went up. In other words, she is now a rising star with huge sales. Aya is almost 20 years old and lives peacefully, successfully hiding from the public. Of course, very off topic, but the body of Goro from Aki's past life has not yet been found. We see Aqua and Ruby dressed in suits. Ai is touched by them and says that they look too cute, as always. But Ruby says their mom is cuter. The twins started going to kindergarten. During a walk in the kindergarten, Aqua is asked Ruby what she worked as, how old was she in general. Ruby understands that it will be a humiliation if she is younger than him. Aqua realizes that she really is a brat, and now she will listen to him, calling her a brat. Then Ruby gets out and says that she was a grown lady and Aqua should know that the ladies should ask this, ugly calling him also a brat. Ruby tells Aqua that the past doesn't matter, so don't make it hard on yourself, and don't give a damn about bullshit. Aqua understands that her words make sense, but he is still depressed by the thought of his past life. That's how much he likes his current life. Compared to a life of endless work, the life of a preschooler is bliss. Just eat, sleep, and read all sorts of books. The kids in Aqua and Ruby's group start talking about them. How Ruby seriously plays with toys or how Aqua reads Kyokugu books Natsuhiko. We see this teacher, who was at the interview at the beginning. She tells all the guys in the group that one day they will have a festival. They will invite all the families to watch them dance, so they are asked to do their best. Ruby runs out of the garden in a panic and hides behind a tree saying she won't do this. Aqua came to her and asked her why she was running away. She said she couldn't dance and had never danced before. Aqua tells her that she spent her past life locked up without playing games. Ruby remembers her past life, where she was Serena. She barely walked, let alone dance. Sitting behind a tree, she says that she tried a couple of times, but she just can't. She thinks the sport is not for her. Aqua says he doesn't know her situation, but is she sure it's okay? After all, her life will now be long. We move to the dance hall, where Ruby tries to dance, but falls to the floor. Ai enters the room and asks her daughter what does she learn to dance. Then Ai encourages Ruby by saying that mommy will be with her. The Ai revealed to Ruby that they will soon be performing one of the oldest songs in her band at their next concert, offering to try it out together. Ai starts dancing and Ruby notices her mom's strange movements. She tells her about it. She had her arms up in one of her arena performances in Tokyo. She starts stroking Ruby's head, asking if she watched her live streams. She admires Ruby for remembering every detail. Ruby's past life has watched Aya's recordings hundreds of times, not 1,000. She knows the choreography down to the smallest detail. Ruby starts showing her mom what she did at that show and fell to the floor. Ai understands the way Ruby moves, like she's ready to fall. Serena tried to dance but kept tripping and ended up on the floor, or if she landed wrong she would hit herself. Ai lifts Ruby to the floor, telling her that if she continues to be afraid of falling she will only fall more often. She tells her to be more confident and let her stand with pride. Ai told Ruby that everything would be fine, asking her to trust her mother. Next, we see Aqua and Ai sleeping side by side at night. Ruby didn't sleep. She remembers that her past life took place in one small room of the hospital. Her large body did not obey her, even just standing was a big test for her. But she continued to admire Aya with all her heart. She knows all the choreography down to the smallest detail, all the cool moves of Aya, she firmly hammered them into her head. Ruby burned all her light into her eyes, her light, if she could move the same way, if she could be free. More moves! More with this body! Ruby was able to repeat Aya's dance. And she proved to herself that she can dance too. Aqua woke up and watched all this. He understands that she is also good at acting, her dancing skills and the way her mother looked at her. She overcame her fear, Aqua imagines something scary. And once again we are in the future. We see Saito. A reporter asks him if he was the president of Strawberry Production. Saito replies that he doesn't know who he is talking about while Saito is fishing. The reporter says that in the year Aya turned 20 and was at the height of her popularity, they learned that Saito was a major contributor to her success. Why did he take her under his wing and make her a star? Saito yells at him to shut up. When he lost Ai, he lost himself too. So he asks him not to disturb him anymore. We move back to present time and see Aya talking on the phone. She said that the children have grown a lot and maybe her ex will come to look at them at least once. Ai called her ex on a whim, and she has no intention of getting back together with him. Ai just overheard the conversation of her children on this topic. Aqua and Ruby were discussing that they were wondering who their father was. Aqua's heart begins to hurt from this. Ruby calls him an idiot because he worries about such nonsense. Ruby says that it was a virgin birth. Aya never had a boyfriend. Ai realized that they had come to a strange conclusion, and it seemed wrong to her. Ai told her ex that the kids would understand because they are smart, and also gave her address. Ai has become very popular and has over 1 million followers on social media networks. The whole world is watching her. We see a new room with Miyaka, Ai and Saito with Aqua sitting on the couch. Saito said that the sake he drinks is great. He tells them to have a housewarming party, and so they should have a drink. Miyaka says it's expensive sake and Saito shouldn't drink it. Ai turns 20 next week, so Miyaka tells them to wait a little longer. Saito agrees with her. Aya's drama hits a new record in terms of views, and the company has tons of job offers. Saito said that Ai will perform at the Tokyo Arena demo next week. Ai understands that the president is in a good mood. He always dreamed that one of his idols would perform in this arena. Miyaka says it wasn't just the president who dreamed about it. Ai asks her if this stadium is so cool. It's different from other stadiums. You have to have a huge reputation to get a seat there. And they need staff with experience and great skills to deal with a large number of people. And they also have very strict rules for screening visitors. It takes a lot of effort and time to get there. Just pay a lot of money will not work. Only real artists can perform there. He is every artist's dream. Ai says that the more sales, the happier everyone is. That's why she keeps smiling. Saito tells Ai to try not to get involved in any scandals and not even think about such stupid things as, for example, meeting with the former. But Ai is a professional liar. She replied that she knew everything. Ai only says what is best for the situation. Sometimes she doesn't even know what she feels, which is a lie. Ruby crawls up to Aya and begins to bask. Aya has never been able to love. She always believed that people like her couldn't become stars. We see Saito and Aya first meeting in a coffee shop where they talk. Ai says that Saito said he was interested in her and sees her as a good idol, then Ai said it was a good joke. Saito invited Ai to a coffee shop for a cup of coffee that day. Saito said that day that they want to create a high school student department in the company, and he thinks she would be a good fit for the lead role. He was a spy of some sort at the time. Ai told him that she wasn't interested, but Saito insisted that she was made for this, ensuring that she would like it. Then Ai said that nothing would work out for him, because she grew up in an orphanage. She had only one parent, and this is her mother, and the one who was imprisoned for theft. And for that time, until she was released, she was sent there. But when her mother was released, she did not return for her. Ai was sure that after such a terrible story, she would leave. She said that she was not hinting at anything, but it was better to stay in the orphanage than to receive Lily at home every day. She has no memories of someone loving her or that she loved someone. Such a person does not fit into the role of an idol, she said then. In Aya's view, idols should please everyone with their sincere smile and give love to the rest of the people. She is the complete opposite of them. She hates people and lies to everyone. She believes with all her heart that she is not fit to be an idol. She won't be able to love the fans, and they won't be able to love her.